This far into my career, I do not consider myself a part of any specific discipline exactly. My dad just tells people when they ask what I do that he just says, oh, he's just Kevin at YouTube. That's his job title, he's Kevin. So these are my 5 important realizations, I guess. First thing is, for me specifically, I've always found that having a 10-year plan, which is a lot of things that especially people who work in the business world feel very adamant about, does not make sense. Actually, a 5-year plan does not even make sense for me. Most of the jobs I've had didn't exist before I had them. You know, I don't think about a job plan, like I'm going to do this job, and then I'm going to do this job, and then I'm going to do this job. I actually think it's more useful to have a skills plan. The other thing is trying to play to your strengths. A lot of people will say like you should be super well-rounded and you should like be trying out all kinds of different things and getting broad expertise. I think that there's definitely value to that, but I think developing the talents and skills of the things you're already good at is more important than trying to be good at everything. You have to put yourself in a position essentially to be presented with opportunities and be open to opportunities. Part of that is financial. You have to give yourself some financial runway essentially to be able to do the things you want to do if they're not immediately present to you. So part of that's like saving up and taking these odd jobs and things. And then the other part is to give yourself actual mental runway to say, okay, I'm going to give myself a chance to do this thing. I feel strongly that not all skills are the same. I actually took one class in any sort of technology thing. I took this World Wide Web and digital media class that ended up being incredibly valuable because they taught us how to do HTML. But you know, when I think about the things that I actually need to leverage every day in my job, independent of what project I'm working on, it's persuasive communication, it's leadership, it's developing organized and structured arguments, research, like academic curiosity. These are all things that are leveraged all the time for me. And they're all, interestingly, things you coincidentally get as part of a Jesuit liberal arts education. Oddly, when I think back to some of the most valuable things I did while I was in school, being the director of a sketch comedy group like Hello Shovelhead was one of the most valuable things I ever did because you learn people management, you learn scheduling and deadlines. But I think about that all the time, actually. I think the hardest thing about when I was asked to sort of speak about you know, what it's like trying to navigate an unconventional career path. The hardest part is actually the commitment to just sort of being strong and doing what interests you.